Hello, my friends. We will start with Om chanting 7 times. So, hello, my friends. This is going to be our 5th class. How are you today? How are you feeling after our last session when we practiced asanas and physical stretches? How is the body feeling after that? Did the muscles hurt the other day? How did you sleep that night after doing? I would love to hear your words. What was your experience? And today we will continue practicing. Most of the class we will be doing breathing exercises. We will practice diaphragmatic breathing, we will practice full yogic breathing, and we will get into Ujjayi pranayama practice. We will also do some meditation and relaxation. And we will also, and actually at the very start, very soon now, we will start with exercises, physical exercises for the neck. For the neck, we will do a little bit of physical body movements for a few minutes, and then we will move into breathing. So sit. If you are sitting in cross-legged position, great. If you cannot, you can also be sitting on a chair somewhere else. Although the neck exercises that we are going to do now, we can even do them standing. So to start with, most of us, we never exercise our neck muscles. Even people who go to the gym, lift weights, train different muscle groups, but very rarely you will see someone training the neck muscles and neck in general. And it makes so much sense to have your neck strong, healthy, and vibrant, even more so because there is so much information and so much activity going on between your head, your control center, and your whole body. So if you want to have, if you want to function well, you also need to have a good and flexible, good and healthy neck. So we will start with some exercises, starting with some warm-up for the neck. Are you ready? Let's go. So we will start with simple head down, head up. When you go down, exhale. When you go up, inhale. continue doing this exercise. Now we will make the same exercise be more difficult. We will give more resistance for the neck flexors, for these muscles. So we're gonna perform kind of isometric type of exercise, and I will show. Placing the hands on your forehead. Be careful, don't push too hard. You apply just a little bit of tension, between your hands, your arms, and your head, your forehead. A bit of tension, not much. You don't need to press very hard. No, we start slow. We start like a warm-up exercise. You don't want to hurt your neck nor your shoulders. If you're not used to this, you don't start pushing hard. No, no, no. Gently. So a slight tension between those two, and then flexing your neck, you move your arms down, and then you release and let your hands push your forehead back. Again, another rep. Flexing your muscles, feel them making your arms down, and then again. And let's repeat 8 more times. Up inhale, down exhale. One more rep. Release your hands, lower your arms. Observe how you feel your neck, also how you feel your shoulders. You are actually training these muscles, strengthening. As we move into another movement, now simply turn the head right, back to the center, turn the head left, back to the center, inhale, turn right, exhale, inhale back to center, exhaling to the left, and continue a few more. Kind of warm up, kind of mobility exercise. Two more. All right, now we have trained the front part, flexors of the neck. Now we will train the extensors, the part behind. So how you're gonna do this? You're gonna place your hands again at the back of your head. You can interlace your fingers if you like. And again, you will apply tension between your hands that are going to push your head forward and down, and with your head you will be pushing backwards. Be careful, you don't want any injury. Do it gently. Start gently. So push your hands back, release. Let the hands win your head forward. Again, push your hands back. Exhale. Inhaling, let them come back. Continue. Exhale. Inhale, going down. Feel how the muscles of the back of your neck are working, are activated. But don't overdo. You don't want any injury. Two more. And release your hands, release your arms, and again observe how your body feels, how your neck feels. These muscles that we have just been training. All right. We move into another exercise, another warm up. So, right air to the right shoulder, inhaling back to the center, exhaling left ear to the left shoulders. Inhaling to the center, exhaling right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Be gentle with yourself. Yes, be gentle with your neck. Again, this is the part of the body that usually we don't train, and therefore, if you do something like this, be more gentle, be more careful, because it is more likely to experience an injury, what we don't want. Okay, now let's strengthen those muscles as well. We're gonna do the same as what we have been doing, but lift your right hand, place it like this, or like this, or like this. And again, with your hand, with your arm, you will be pushing there, there, and with your head, you will be pushing there. Again, don't hurt yourself. Do it gently. Two more. And release. Lower your hand. As you see, I'm usually aiming for 10 reps for these neck exercises. Observe how your neck feels now. Do you feel a difference between your right side of your neck and the left side of your neck? What's the difference? And we want to train the left side of the neck, the trapezius muscles as well. So left hand, start. Inhale, exhale, pushing outwards. Inhale, coming back, exhale, pushing to the left. The last one. And release. Lower your hands and observe the feeling in your neck. How does it feel? Do you feel more blood? Your neck is pumped, isn't it? So it is important. These exercises we are doing right now, it is important because even the breathing that we practice, we breathe the air through the throat. All of the nervous channels, they go through the throat. All of the blood is going through here. So you want to have this healthy and strong, and you will be more vibrant. Okay, we will finish off with circles with your head. Don't make two big circles to start with. Start with smaller circles and then make them bigger if your neck feels okay. So Start with little circles. Go in one way. If you want, you can start making the circles a little bit more bigger, if you feel comfortable. Breathing while you are getting your head back in half. Circle inhale when you're getting your head forward. Exhale. Okay. So again, me having issues with the internet, but I imagine you are seeing me again. So circles the other way. As you are moving your head in half a circle backwards, you inhale. As you are moving your head in half a circle forward, exhale. Okay. Uh, and then stop and observe. Again, observe how your neck feels. We have just done exercises for the neck, which you could be doing every day. You could actually do more than one repetition of what we have done now. You could go for a number of sets, pushing your head forward and backwards and sideways to, if you want to train those muscles more, your neck muscles. Now we will continue with our meditation and our breathing practices. So seated in meditation asana, or if not, you can be sitting on a chair somewhere else again. Again, you can place your hand, palms facing upwards, spine straight, and observe yourself. Observe how you feel. What is the feeling within? Do you feel good? Again, observe your physical body. Can you still feel your neck more pumped than normal? Observe your spine, your posture. You want to have your spine elongated. Also, if you're sitting in a cross-legged position, remember how's your pelvis. You don't want to be sitting like this. No, you want to start with your hips, with your pelvis elongate up, and then your spine also elongate up, shoulders slightly backwards. Open your chest. And we will continue with observing how is our breathing. Observe how you breathe. Is the breathing pleasant, or is it somewhat difficult? doing these different breathing exercises that we are doing here and learning more and more, we are actually training our breathing. And as we train, it becomes, our breathing will become better, and over time will become more pleasant. And just to start observing our breathing will make us feel good because we will be aware that the breathing feels pleasant. Breathing through the nose, and observe if you are breathing with your abdomen or with your chest. What is your normal way of breathing? Every time you inhale, is it the stomach that protrudes? Are you using diaphragmatic breathing with your stomach? Or is it that every time you inhale, your chest lifts up and your shoulder doesn't move forward? Observe how you breathe, because too many people are breathing more with their thorax, with the chest, not doing diaphragmatic breathing, but breathing with the chest. And this has a lot of negative effects in the lives of those people. And this is why I would like to spend a little bit of time to explain a few reasons why breathing with the stomach, with the diaphragm, is superior and better. And as I talk, we actually start practicing abdominal breathing. So every time you inhale, your stomach will go forward, and every time you exhale, your stomach goes back in. Your chest doesn't move. Your spine stays straight and elongated. Breathing only with your abdomen. Abdomen forward, but you can also imagine that you are inhaling into the back part of your lower back, as if you're breathing backwards, not just forward here, but also backwards at the same level. And as you continue breathing this way, yes, you should be breathing this way, let me tell you a few benefits of why abdominal breathing is superior to chest breathing. Why you should be breathing most of the time with your abdomen and definitely not the chest. So the first thing to say would be that diaphragmatic breathing is much more efficient. It is easier to inhale like this than to inhale. It is easier to breathe with your diaphragm than breathe with your whole thorax, than to lift your whole rib cage. It requires much more effort, and you lose more energy if you're breathing with your chest. Meaning diaphragmatic breathing is more economical and more efficient. You don't, yes, it is more efficient. Continue breathing with your abdomen. Another reason is that the air that we inhale in the lungs, when we inhale it more into the, when we breathe with diaphragmatic breathing, we inhale the lungs into the lower lobes of the lungs. Lower we inhale. And here there is a lot of blood in this whole area, in our guts, this whole area. And therefore it is much more accessible and closer for the air to enter into the blood. The oxygen and the carbon dioxide from the blood come into the lungs as the air to exhale. There is less blood in this area. There is more blood in this area. So the exchange of blood and air is more efficient as well. Another reason is every time we breathe with the abdomen, we are actually massaging our abdominal organs, because the diaphragm pushes down and forward, and it kind of pushes against the organs, which gives them a massage, which will help with digestion, elimination of food when you are breathing with your abdomen. Another very interesting thing when you're breathing with your abdomen is that you are helping your heart. How is this happening? Is, again, as I said, every time you inhale and your diaphragm descends, it pushes the organs forward, and therefore those organs filled with blood, they are being pushed, and the blood goes out of those organs. And every time you exhale, there is again more space here, and the blood comes back into these organs, and therefore organs here are like a sponge. The blood goes in, blood goes out when you are pumping, when you are breathing with your abdomen, and this creates this blood circulation, which helps your heart. This helps your heart, and your heart has less work. So that's another very interesting reason why diaphragmatic breathing is superior. Another thing is that diaphragmatic breathing activates parasympathetic nervous system, which helps you basically relax. And this is very important. And we could talk more about also the energetic benefits for the Manipura chakra, the chakra of hair. It's a little bit beneath the navel, but when you are breathing with your abdomen, you are also helping and doing activity for your Manipura chakra. So continue breathing with your abdomen now that you know some really interesting things which are happening in your body when you breathe this way, and why it is superior to breathing with the chest. I will also repeat that, yes, when you breathe with your stomach, with your abdomen, with your diaphragm, it is going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, as I have just said. It's going to make you calmer. However, many people who are chest breathers and breathing with their chest, not the abdomen, it activates the sympathetic nervous system, which makes them more stressed, and therefore breathing with the thorax will be really exhausting. You have to learn to breathe with your abdomen and make it your normal default breathing. And once it happens, once doing these breathing exercises again and again, diaphragmatic abdominal breathing exercises, you teach your body to breathe this way, and your body will pick it as a habit. And even without your thinking, you will find that you are actually starting to breathe more with your diaphragm and less with your chest. As you continue doing this exercise, practicing consciously, breathing consciously with your diaphragm, it will become a habit. And when it will become a habit, expect you may see some really nice results in your life that may surprise you as they have surprised me. Continue breathing with your diaphragm. It calms down. I would also like to share that when I myself personally find myself in challenging situations, such as, for example, conflicting situation, can be a discussion with someone, some uncomfortable situation, and I want to maintain myself in control, and I want to maintain myself calm and stable and in control of myself, even when I may feel that my blood starts to boil. Like, what I start to do is I start breathing with diaphragmatic breathing, but I make it a bit more pronounced, so I inhale more than normally. So basically, I would breathe like this. Basically, I'm breathing more volume into the abdomen than I would breathe normally. And at the same time, I'm aware of this breathing, and I'm aware how it pushes forward and back. This I do when I find myself in these situations to remain stable and calm and in control, especially when it comes to more challenging situations. And you can also incorporate this into your life. Continue breathing. Your back is straight, your spine is elongated, face is relaxed. And as you breathe in and breathe out, you observe, you feel it. It is difficult at first, but with time you start feeling more and more. You become more aware of this whole area, which brings you perception into your, again, Manipura chakra. You gain your perception of Manipura chakra also through this type of abdominal diaphragmatic breathing. So there are many benefits to this breathing. All right. Now, let's shift to full yogic breathing. Let's shift to full breathing. Now, breathing with the abdomen, it's the predominant way to breathe. Most of the time, we don't need to breathe fully. However, when we do need, or when we are doing some physical, exercise, we need more air. Then the most efficient way to breathe is full yogic breathing. Basically, it starts as the same abdominal breathing when you inhale here, but the difference is after that you can inhale more, and then you inhale into your chest. Your chest lifts, expands, and then you exhale from chest, and then exhale from stomach. Again, inhale into the stomach, inhale chest, exhale chest, exhale stomach. Continue breathing this full yogic breathing. You can breathe more slow, you can breathe more fast. However, be aware, if you are breathing faster, you may end up hyperventilating, which may be dangerous for some people, high blood pressure and other conditions. So be careful. And if you start feeling lightheaded, you breathe more slowly, full yogic breathing more slow, or simply come back to a normal breathing such as diaphragmatic breathing. Now you know which one should be the normal default breathing. So practicing full yogic breathing, exhaling fully and inhaling fully. It is also up to us how fully we want to make it be, because we can completely exhale everything and inhale everything on the in. However, be careful, I would say, because if you inhale, for example, too much, you may overstrain your lungs. So you may inhale like 90% or something when you inhale fully. And when you exhale also, when exhalation ends, exhaling all of the air from the stomach, but if you have just eaten, for example, then pushing your stomach much in can create some discomfort. So you don't need to breathe very, very deeply. Spine straight. This is the type of breathing when you need more air. This is the best or more efficient sequence of inhaling and exhaling. Solcita, está lloviendo. Las ropas de bebé. It started to rain here, and the clothes of the baby are outside in the rain. Continue breathing. So, for example, when you are training, when you are in the gym training and you need more air, full yogic breathing. Take a few full yogic breaths, and you will feel ready. Again, also as I have mentioned, doing mantras such as our Om at the beginning, at the end of our class. You also do this with full yogic breathing. It's another exercise you want to practice until it becomes your second nature, so that when you don't need much air, your body will know default breathing is abdominal breathing, and when your body knows that it needs more air, your body will know by habit the default way to breathe more fully is full yogic breathing. You want to train yourself so that it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, there may be some changes in your life, in the way you feel yourself, and positive results. Okay. Now we will get into another breathing exercise called Ujjayi Breathing. From Sanskrit language, Ujjayi means victorious breath. And it is one of the classical breathing exercises that has many benefits, but I guess let's just start doing the breathing. How you do Ujjayi breathing is, I will show first. Listen, because the breathing becomes audible. I hope you could hear my breath, even though with the rain. So basically, Ujjayi breathing, you will be producing a sound as of ocean sound. And how you do this? You do this by constricting the airflow in your throat. Your glottis, there is a part in your throat that is called glottis, around your, or where your throat is, right? And therefore you kind of restrict the airflow, kind of squeeze this part of your throat with your throat itself while you are breathing, and this will make the air come in and out, let's say, more with more pressure. And this pressure also creates this sound. Another important thing to mention, which I haven't mentioned while doing this breathing and also other breathing exercises, it is beneficial to have the tip of your tongue at your higher palate. So basically, up uh, on your palate. It can be close to your teeth, such as pointing forward at the base of your teeth, or it can be anywhere up on your palate or even backwards. You can actually turn your tongue backwards and also touch the upper palate of your mouth. This helps with energy flow in meditation. And this is also beneficial while you are doing breathing. So maintain spine straight, elongated, and Ujjayi breathing. Breathe Ujjayi breath. You can start with, it can be done with abdominal breathing, or it can be done with full yogic breathing, or fuller than just abdominal breathing. Basically, as I said, constricting the airflow in your throat, you will make this sound. Again, listen to my breathing. You breathe this way. You can be breathing more slow. You can breathe faster, you can breathe slower. It's up to you. But it is also very beneficial to breathe slower because it will help to calm you down. Breathe. This breath should be gentle. It doesn't have to be very, very loud. Some people, when they practice Ujjayi breathing, they think that they have to make as big the volume of the sound as possible. So if you want to be the the one who breathes the most loud in the room. But the secret to Ujjayi breath is not how loud you can be breathing, but I say breathe gently and be aware of your breath. Breathe in a steady way. Make this Ujjayi sound uniform. And it doesn't need to be very loud. If you want, later on you can make it louder. You can breathe more loudly with Ujjayi. It will be somewhat a different exercise, more like activating exercise. But now we are just breathing in a gentle Ujjayi breathing. Continue breathing, aware of your breath, listening to it. This breathing also, it calms down, it activates parasympathetic nervous system, it activates this vagus nerve, which is beneficial for you, for all of us. And also it serves to calm down the mind, to make you more concentrated and more at peace, more stable. At the same time, it does empower you. Breathing this way is more difficult than just normal breathing. You are restricting the airflow in your throat, and therefore this breathing is more difficult, and this difficulty actually activates you in some ways, makes you more stronger in some ways, while at the same time, as I said, it also calms you down. So it gives you the good things of both worlds. It activates you, gives you strength, let's say, but at the same time it calms you down and maintains you stable. Continue breathing. A few more breaths. Aware of yourself, of your breathing. Coming back to normal breathing, abdominal breathing. And observe yourself how you feel now. After these different breathings, especially the last one, Ujjayi breath, how do you feel now? Can you recognize within yourself that something is different, that you feel maybe more stable, maybe more calm, maybe more pleasant, more happy? Observe what this practice has done to you. Okay? And now we will shift to relaxation. So lay down in Shavasana pose. If you have where to lay down, if not, you can also be doing this while seated, sitting, but if not, ideally lay down on your mat or on your floor with your legs slightly apart, with your arms also somewhat apart, palms of the hands facing upwards. You can close your eyes, and we will do some guided relaxation and awareness to give our body even more of rest and relaxation in this crazy world, this crazy life. So much stress everywhere, so much sympathetic nervous system. We want to activate the calmness within us and give ourselves more peace. So observe your body, how the body feels. You can observe how the neck feels. Do the neck still feel different than before the class? After these neck exercises, maybe you can still feel the effects. Observe how the body in general is. Is it more relaxed than in the beginning of our practice? And go on relaxing the whole body all at once. Feel the whole body relax. If you want to aid and help your relaxation with your breathing, then concentrate on your exhalations. Every time when you exhale, at the same time as you are exhaling, go on relaxing your body. You can even make your exhalations more longer. You can actually make your exhalations such as in Ujjayi Pranayama, just exhalation. I will show. The same thing lying down. You can also use this type of breathing to help you relax more, or actually even activate yourself, but at the same time relax yourself. So make the exhalation, such as in Ujjayi Pranayama, you're restricting the airflow. The time, the duration of your exhalation will be longer because you are restricting the airflow in your throat. And during that time of your exhalation, you are also consciously relaxing your whole body and letting it drop loose. This type of breathing helps to attain higher relaxation. You can do this. But the most important thing, be aware of your body more and more relaxed, knowing that it is in your hands how relaxed or tense your body is. It is under your voluntary control. With your mind, consciously, you can always go on relaxing more and more and more and more, relaxing the whole body. And as the body becomes more and more relaxed, observe how you feel within yourself. Feel yourself. Feel the presence of yourself. And this is a meditation. Feel the presence of your own self. Be with yourself. Be in the company of yourself. Connecting with yourself. Feel the presence of yourself. And in this meditation, you can also ask yourself in your mind, ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Beyond this body, beyond this mind, beyond my personality, beyond myself as a man or a woman, an adult or a child, who am I beyond all of this human experience. Who am I in my essence? And try to feel who am I? Aware of yourself in the presence of your own self. This is who you are. This is where your power resides. This is where your joy resides. And in this practice, you will be unveiling yourself to yourself. You will be coming back to yourself. All right. Our class slowly is approaching to its end, and therefore our meditation as well. When you feel ready, you can sit up again and with your spine straight. And I will get back. Get back to the device to see the comments, the messages, and I would like you to write if you want how you're feeling now after the practice. How is it? So it's good to see people. Hello, hello everybody. Hola, hola a todos. Sí, yo hablo español. Hablo diferentes idiomas. I speak different languages. We can. uh, and I would like to read Blow Feather. This breathing lesson is very much helpful. I've been working on breathing correctly since the first class. I hoped you'd go more in depth. Sometimes we forget the basics. Gracias. A very beautiful, beautiful words. Thank you. Indeed, I'm happy that you have been working, and indeed these are the basics. But the basics is what we have to practice. Many times we want to go straight into some shortcuts, just trying to find some, you know, but I would say the shortcut is build the basis, build this diaphragmatic breathing, and you will see a huge change in you. And maybe here I would like to also share a little bit of my own experience. So even though I have started, okay, my yogas straight in the most difficult pranayamas I could find, and I didn't bother about learning diaphragmatic breathing. And yes, I practiced the breath retentions, I practiced the Kundalini, I was able even to have a lot of different experiences, such as Kundalini. However, when finally, after some years, I actually found out that my Manipura chakra, my third center, again the navel, a little bit beneath the navel, was still kind of inactive, and uh, and I couldn't feel much of it. And this is where I think I started to consciously doing this diaphragmatic breathing. At first, it was kind of, yes, I was taking it as a meditation because by itself it is not very challenging. It is kind of easy, and therefore you are likely to dismiss it. However, I started to really observe my breathing and try to be aware of my diaphragm going down and up, of it contracting. And as I did this, I was surprised in the upcoming weeks to observe a change in me. What I can say is that indeed, even after all of those years of being a yogi, when I started to do this diaphragmatic breathing as meditation, I observed that I indeed reached another level of calmness and stability and contentment, inner contentment, like life became kind of easier for me. I became more flowing with life. And it didn't take much time, just in a matter of a few weeks, I indeed observed a big change within myself. And this is where I was indeed surprised that such a simple and apparently easy breathing as diaphragmatic breathing indeed carries such positive results. And especially so, as I have said, when it becomes a habit. When you practice it so much, it becomes a habit, then indeed you can see good things in your life. So, mm, okay. I'm reading comments. Feeling calm and centered. Good. What are the differences in the benefits of Ujjayi breathing and full yogi breathing? That's a good question. I guess I could go deeper into this, but maybe let's leave it for the next classes, because I have more things to say about these. Param Kumar asks me how many years it took to understand observe chakra. That's also that would take a bit more time to answer this, but one thing is to understand, one thing is to feel it, observe it. So when I started with chakras, I wasn't even aware if they exist. But I simply started to try to feel in those locations of each chakra, and try to find is there any activity. So although some yogic teachings would say that you concentrate on your, let's say, Muladhara chakra, and you concentrate, the color is red, the shape is what's it called, square, and you imagine this and that, and you hear the sound of bija mantra lam. And there are many things that you can go on kind of seeing, observing in these chakras. But when I started, I didn't want to, let's say, I wasn't sure if this exists, and I didn't want to make myself kind of believe into this by visualizing these things. So I always took the practices skeptically. So I said I will not visualize any colors, any nothing, any sounds, any nothing, but I will just feel. I will try to feel the location and try to feel if there's any activity happening there. And although in the beginning I could feel nothing, it can be quite frustrating. but I knew that this is meditation, this is concentration, and even if I don't feel anything there, just by observing there, I'm already practicing my concentration, and that level of concentration can be later used for other things in other practices and in life. So even if you don't feel, even if I don't feel anything in that particular chakra, just to observe there will already train my concentration and my meditation. And as I did it over days and weeks and months and years, I could feel more and more, and also feel and understand these chakras, understand what they stand for. And yes, this is a rabbit hole, and I can go very deep and never come out of this. Because here we come into chakras, here we come into kundalini, here we come into kriyas and other more advanced practices which are very dear to my heart. And as we go, as we continue in our classes, I'm looking forward to share with you these advanced things. But again, before we get into these advanced things, we want to have the basics. We want to have the ground stable, because if you want to try to build your house on the sand, no matter how beautiful you want and good you want to build your house, it's on the sand. It is not you have to build it on the strong, on a stable ground. And this is what we are actually doing now with these basics, with these basic breathing exercises that may feel kind of boring, but at the same time, as I have told you, they are actually more powerful than one can imagine, at least more powerful than I myself have imagined them to be. Everybody for your activity, commenting. Again, this live was also interrupted, internet connection, but I'm happy that it came back and we didn't stop. So I guess our class is coming to an end. Thank you for coming. Yes, oh yes, hit that like button, more likes, and and practice, and practice. We will see in a few days our next class. We will continue working. Another thing I wanted to mention, almost forgot this, so I'm also giving one-on-one video calls, one-on-one video sessions with people, paid ones, so that I also can make some money for my family. And if you want me to help guide you deeper into your own personal practice, in your own unique path, then go to my website, Dolama Mantas, and you can find more about the ways to have this one-on-one teaching with me. And also another thing, shamanic retreats. I'm organizing shamanic retreats. There is one upcoming February here in the jungle. We're gonna spend as usually 2 weeks in the jungle taking master plants, ayahuasca, San Pedro, other plants, shamanic path. It is not going to be much yoga, asanas or pranayamas, but it's another thing which I am as a shaman. And of course I can talk a little about this, but basically I organize these retreats, and you can also become a part of this unique experience. And if you are interested, you can also find information about this on my website, dolamamantas.com. Everything is there. Before I end, yes, I wonder, have you a question? A question. If have you noticed? You noticed I'm showing with my finger the mantra, Triambakam mantra at the background. So I I'm making my live studio, or what's the name to call this? I'm trying to make this nicer. So as you can see, I painted Triambakam Mahamrityunjay mantra on the wall. It is one of the most special mantras to me, and now I have it behind my back. So as my support. What do you think? Do you like it? Does it look good? I see that in the mobile screen. It looks not the way I see it if I turn my head, to the wall. It's kind of mirror effect, like a mirror effect. But even this way, I think it looks nice. Good mantra, good mantra. Yes, Mahamrityunji. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat. It is one of the Shiva mantras, very close to my heart, and maybe we will practice this mantra as the time unfolds. Before I say see you in the next class, let's do some 7 Om Pranava Omkar chanting. So even though it is called Om mantra, but usually you chant it, or I chant it, not Om but A U Aum. And as we chant this mantra, observe the vibration that this mantra creates in you, in your body, in your face, and in yourself. Vibration. Sound is vibration. Thank you for being here. Let's see you in the next class. Have a good day, my friends.